Hey guys, um, Black Screen Conversations here. Day one of a hopefully multi-part series that I'll be doing to just address different points of life, whatever. Today we're going to be attempting to answer the question: why do I keep on regressing in life? Why can I never make consistent improvements for myself? Um, 'Cause I know a lot of times we see we want things for ourselves and we have visions for ourselves to improve mentally, to give up certain things, but we we just fall back a lot of times and we keep on regressing. And I'm going to be attempting to answer the question of why today. Um, the answer that YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, TikTok, whatever those motivational um, reels will give you is that you're not disciplined enough. You don't have discipline. Discipline beats motivation every single time. You're really just not motivated. But I feel that it's something deeper than that. I'm going to dive into that today. So, the first thing I want to talk about is love. Um, this is just not, I don't hope to completely answer. My goal is not to answer the question, it's to give insight to hopefully help you guys improve, make your improvements more consistent. Um, I think the first thing I want to talk about is love, as I mentioned before. Uh, Producing love, I feel, is one of the most important things when looking to improve your mental state, when looking to improve um, your day to day life. Producing love, as in attempting to love others, as in showing affection, kindness, and compassion towards other people that are not yourself, showing understanding, taking the time out of your day to be patient and kind, um, and just really trying to fully understand everyone you're interacting with so that you can be nice, sir, and kind, more kind towards them. I think this is of utmost importance because, firstly, in the people that you have struggled loving, or people that you struggle loving, you can. It's a key identifier of something that's uh, holding you back, of something that is it's the root. It's poking at the root of why your consistents are not as improvement. Your improvements are not as consistent as you want them to be. So yeah, just really just producing love, I feel like is the first step towards um, making any sort of consistent improvement that you want. And next, I guess the next step. This is not chronological, even though I'm talking about in a chronological way. Another really important thing to do is to identify the root of the problem. All right, and the next one after. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, when I say identify the root of the problem, a lot of people know this, but they don't know how to properly really go about it to actually find the root. How to properly or how to really truly introspect. And I think one of the first things to do is just taking some time to yourself and just thinking back to those moments to where you have cried the hardest, um, or where you felt that someone or something made you feel really bad, that your perception of reality has changed. And this can look like, when I say cry really hard, I mean like those times that after you cry, um, you like accept that that's how life is going to be, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, like crying about loneliness and just being like, okay, I guess no one's going, quote unquote, no one is going to um, accept me forever. No one's really going to love me. I'm never going to find love. Something like that. It may not be that extreme. It may be more extreme than that, but something like that. Um, Sitting down and reflecting on moments like that, or just instances in which you can remember your perception of reality being changed for the worse. And when you do find and identify those moments, you have to really evaluate how those moments made you feel, um, how your self-worth might have changed, how you viewed other people might have changed in that instance. Um, any sort of hatred or disdain towards group of people, towards family member, um, towards maybe just life in general. And I feel that this is so important because it gets at the root of why the changes you try to make in your everyday life aren't as effective, um, and why you can't change the existing perception that you have of people, whatever it may be. Uh, and really looking at the ways in which how you viewed life before that and how you viewed life after that instance. Um, just looking at key key moments in which um, your experience has put itself on display. It has come out throughout life, and has or different instances in which that experience has been confirmed or denied to further create the current to create your current perception of reality that you live in, of how the world works, which may or may not be uh, true. True as in the same as how it was before. Because I feel the reality situation is that as we grow, we move and we go into different places, and we hold a lot of this baggage with us. Um, and even in these different places, the baggage that we hold, we're using these old coping mechanisms that worked in the place that we used to be in, but we're now in a completely different place. So it may call for a different view on life. But I may have just lost you guys on that point. Hopefully not. On the third thing that I want to talk about is probably really probably the easiest part, is just looking at things in your life currently that you want to change, and this is where most people look to first when they say that they want to improve their life, or they want to improve their mental state, they want to get better. This could be like uh, overcoming drug addiction, uh, or just trying to get rid of that pursuit for perfection, or that feeling of inadequacy or loneliness. Uh, just identifying those things in your current life in which you want to, I don't even want to say get rid of, because you may not get rid of them. It may not be possible for you to get rid of them, but to just come to terms with and overcome. And there may even be more discrete things underlying that. And so that's why the second step is so important, because you have to look back and you have to get to the root and the crux, and you have to dig and you have to pull, um, and you have to, in a way, change your existing perception of reality, um, in order to actually improve and to grow. And that's why the first step is so important as well, because in loving others and in being compassionate, you can find areas in which you're lacking. You can see which people are harder for you to love, which transgressions done upon you are harder for you to forgive, uh, stuff like that. And I guess the fourth step I want to talk about is forgiveness, and I would call this optional, but very beneficial if you can do it, if you have the ability to do it. But forgiveness is one of the biggest things that can help someone from moving on. Uh, and I wouldn't uh, confuse forgiveness with tolerance, because a lot of what we have today is just tolerating, just accepting what people have done to us and just overlooking it. But forgiveness is different in that you come to terms with what people have done to you, and you look at that person for who they are and the thing that they did to you, whatever it may be, or things that other people have done to you. And in coming to accept that, it's not a reflection of yourself, but rather a reflection of them internally and the things that they're facing. You work towards being able to love them and be kind and compassionate and uh, graceful and patient towards them, or people like them. And this is a really difficult step because a lot of times we have come to a life of tolerating. We don't. It's very hard for human beings as going through life to just forgive, especially when it comes to the things that truly hurt us. We just tolerate it and we distance ourselves, but we're not really addressing the core root issue. That's why I feel forgiveness is of utmost importance as well. But not every single thing can be forgived immediately. So if forgiveness is something that you really struggle with, I'd say focus on the first three primarily, and forgiveness will come. Yeah, hopefully I covered all the bases. I know I definitely didn't answer the question of why do I regress, but hopefully in your mission of improvement, of bettering yourself, hopefully keeping these things in mind helps, and hopefully you can employ some of these strategies um, in your goal of bettering yourself and improving. And yeah, thank you. I just want to conclude the the day one of the series. Thanks for listening to me of my blabbering. Hopefully it helps, and